keeping well and safe. At the time of filming this video, I'm at my parents' house, and over there is a doll's house, which I thought I would show you whilst I'm here. It's a doll's house that my mum first owned, and then I owned it after her. I can remember that I used to really enjoy playing with it and collecting things for it when I was little. But I suppose until I decided to film this video, I hadn't really thought about how the doll's house looked to other people or how it would look to the modern eye, because obviously fashions change and our perceptions change. And when I looked inside it, I have to say I was a little bit horrified by the decor, and I almost didn't want to show you. But I ran the idea past the rest of Team Leaf and they encouraged me. We did make an executive decision not to actually include the dolls themselves. They're kind of creepy, and I know that not everyone likes dolls, including some members of our team. So I hope that you'll forgive me not including the dolls themselves, but we can have a good look around the house and its contents. And I wonder if it will remind you of anything from your own childhood, something that you used to play with or something that your siblings used to have. And we love to hear your memories, so please do let us know if this sparks anything for you. You can comment on this video, or if you're a member of our WhatsApp group, you can let us know that way what dolls' houses in particular or any other children's toys mean to you. So let's go look around the house, and I hope you enjoy. So this is the house. It was built in 1950, and then it belonged to me in the 1980s. And even though I never lived in a house that looked like this, I think for a while this was probably my idea of what the archetypal house looked like. If I was to draw a picture of a house as a child, I might have drawn something a bit like this. So let's go up close. As we approach the house, we're greeted by some really quite enormous cats who are so busy playing with this ball of wool that they haven't noticed there are two really quite enormous mice hanging out in their cat basket. I'm going to move these cats out of the way. Excuse me, kitty. While I'm showing you around, you're often going to see my giant hand coming in from the side here. So if I open up this front door, like so, you can see into the hallway and up the stairs. I wish that I could get the camera right in there and take us up the stairs, but we're going to have to go in from the outside. All the windows open and close as well, as you can see. And there are these tiny little catches at the side, which are going to spring us into the house. And that one. Okay, let's take a closer look. Let's start in the kitchen, which is often my favourite room of a house. You can see that the table has all sorts of things on it. I'm going to take some of these things out to show you more closely in a moment. Cupboard here with little doors that open. And I don't know if you can see in there, but there are some little tins of food that are lying on the side at the moment. Up here we've got this swanky silver tea set, and there is actually a tea set like this, or similar to this, in the big house that I'm in my parents' house. Over here in the corner you see a fish tank. There is a fireplace, which looks like a monster. You'll see that there are some wires hanging down in some of the rooms, and they used to be wired up to I guess a kind of circuit board which would make various lights in the house turn on. So this one is for that fish tank over there, and these lights are not operational anymore, but I do remember them from when I was little. Let's wander up to the bedroom. You can see that there's a double bed and a single bed. And through this window we can see that there's a cot, a crib, a rocking horse here. And again, there is actually a rocking horse in my parents' house, which I used to ride when I was small. So maybe in a future video I will introduce you to Silver, the rocking horse. Just a simple bedroom furniture, a wardrobe, and a sort of vanity table over there. And again, that lamp that you can see on the table that would have lit up back in the day. Let's go over to the bathroom. And wow, it's like a Barbie pink, isn't it? So I'm guessing that this decor was changed when I had the house in the 80s, because aside from the colour, we can see that there's actually 2 bathroom suites. There's this pink and white, and over here is there's another loo and a shower in the corner and a sink, quite shadowy in there, but you can see, and that's in a kind of, it's not avocado, is it? It's kind of brown suite. So I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing one of those is from the 50s and one of them is from the 80s. There is that really nice attention to detail in the house. They don't come loose, so I'm going to get us right in there. You see that there are, I think, a couple of loo rolls up on the shelves there. And there's a toilet roll holder. And on the side here is, I think that's a little razor plugged in at the top there. And I like how there's towels hanging on hooks there. Now, speaking of decor, let's see what you make of this, the living room. Do you remember furniture like this? Remember wallpaper like this? In your own house or a parent or grandparent's house? There's another fireplace over there. Grandfather clock. I can see a telephone over there. I remember telephones looking like that. And I remember an organ like that as well. Let me move this chair out of the way for us. My grandma, my mum's mum, had an organ similar to that one. And over here there's a record player resting on 2 speakers. And you can see that the internal doors here, they open and close as well. Now if you head back outside with me, you'll find that there's a garage here. Storage space. Inside there's a barbecue, which is fastened in. You can see that's wired up, so it would have glowed red when it was all fixed up to the little circuit board. And also from inside that storage space, I have taken this Christmas tree, and there's a couple of wreaths as well, like that go with it. So when I visit my parents at Christmas, I know that my mum will have put the Christmas tree outside and the wreaths on the door. There is also Christmas cake. Can you see that? Merry Christmas written on it. You can even see that there's a layer of marzipan as well as the icing in that cake. There's that really nice attention to detail. So I'm going to take out now some of the smaller or the more detailed items that we saw in the house earlier, so that we can have a closer look. So I definitely remember buying food for this house. Again, that attention to detail, you can see that the tub of spuds and the bowl of carrots over there, they've got little knobs of butter melted on them. And this beautiful roast chicken with its crispy skin. These things I think were in the house when I first got them. I love these little saucepans with their removable lids. And this one, when you open this up, it reveals bacon and eggs. Is that bacon? Or is it sausages? I can't tell. That's the kind of thing that a child would know. We'd have to ask a much younger person to identify whether that's meant to be bacon or sausages. And these tins of food, now I don't remember buying them, They are the kind of thing that I would have been really charmed by, and I would have wanted to buy them if I saw them, but the labels look quite retro, like they were from before my time. When did tinned food become fashionable? Does anyone remember? These ones over on the left, they say American Lady Tea. Next to that we've got, what is this? Cut green beans, it says. Green peas. A couple of tins of vegetable soup. And Blue Jay sweet variety peas. There were some other tins as well besides these ones, but I just brought out this selection for you to have a look at. Now these things were from the living room. There's this television. Very old-fashioned looking now, but it is a colour TV. I'm sure a lot of people here will have watched TV on a set like that. This electric organ. As I say, I do remember my grandma having an organ just like this, which I did used to play when I was little. And I do definitely remember phones like this where you turn the dial to dial the number. I suppose the original meaning of that phrase, to dial a number, has kind of been lost in history. Since instead of turning a dial nowadays, you just press buttons. But I think we had a phone like this in the house all the time that I was growing up. I think my parents still kept a phone like this sometime after I'd left home. So it's really only in quite recent history, isn't it, that we've all got used to cordless phones and mobile phones. I'd be really interested to hear if anyone watching this video does still have a phone with a dial and a receiver that you pick up. And over here, there's a little birdie swinging in its cage. Oh, and I nearly forgot to show you this record player close up. Looks like it does cassettes as well as records. The needle does move, but I can't change the record. It is just that one that's there. So thank you all very much for coming with me on this trip down memory lane. I'm going to close the doll's house up again. And if you remember anything similar to this from your own childhood, as always, we'd love to hear your memories. And in the coming weeks, we're going to introduce you to a different doll's house. We at Leaf Creative Arts have acquired another doll's house, and we would love for you to help us decorate it.